Hello and welcome to a vintage cube draft. This is Old Man Poole. Love cube in general, so I'm excited to be back for this here. I haven't played vintage cube nearly as much as I played legacy cube, but it's still a lot of fun. There's some more interactions that kind of need to learn, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a opportunity to improve during this series, but I'm going to jump in and we'll see how it goes. I've been impressed by Ashiok Nightmare Weaver in the legacy cubes. That's kind of tempting right now. This is a very cheap planeswalker. It's hard to kill. It goes up to 5 loyalty almost immediately. And actually there's a fairly real chance of milling your opponent with this card. It does put a real clock on them, so I think I'm probably going to take that. Mind's Desire is kind of cool if you're trying to storm off. Zoria's Signet's pretty good. I think this pack's actually a little bit on the weak side, but Ashiok's not a bad pick out of it. So let's go ahead and start off with this guy. Okay, so some choices here. I think Chandra Flamecaller is fine. Not broken, certainly, but a 6 cost planeswalker has to do some pretty good stuff, and she does do some pretty good stuff. We have Metalworker, which we could maybe just pick up. This can get absolutely absurd if you end up with a good number of cheap artifacts. Also have Tezzeret the Seeker, which works well on an artifact theme. I think everything else is worse. I don't think Skullclamp has very many decks that's very happy in, even though it's a obviously very powerful effect. I think I'm going to take the Metalworker here. I think this is the highest upside card in the pack. Okay, I have a particularly soft spot for Elspeth, probably more so than I should. She is pretty good though. If you can stick her, she'll get you a whole bunch of soldiers pretty quickly, wipes out your opponent's biggest creatures, and if they are planning on winning with a creature threat, usually Elspeth can answer it. Mana Flare is cool if you're trying to storm off, so is Dark Petition. Trostodon's a good ramp payoff. But I think after all of that, I might just take Bloodstained Mire here. I like the fetch lands quite a bit, and I think you have to pick them fairly early if you want them. All these cards are good, but I think they are kind of replaceable, whereas the Bloodstained Mire and its ilk, we want a couple at least, and we may not have a ton of opportunities to pick them up. Okay, so not seeing a ton of artifacts to go along with our Metalworker. We don't have to play it. Some other interesting stuff here. Hellrider's pretty good in mono red. Don't know how good Hostage Taker is. It is on color with Ashiok. It's probably fairly solid. There's a lot of artifacts like the Moxen running around, or Soul Ring that you're very happy to steal with Hostage Taker. In addition to just grabbing good creatures now and again too. Also have Tamiyo and Vraska. I think Tamiyo is probably better than Vraska, but they're probably both reasonable. Probably both big planeswalkers. Also have a Vindicate. Also have Tassiger. Maybe Tassiger is just correct. Pretty good if we end up with both. I really don't know what the perfect pick was there. Okay. So Trinket Mage to go along with our lack of artifacts. Also have Gideon Jura, who's fine. It is kind of a threat on his own. He's another fairly high loyalty planeswalker, so he can be hard for your opponent to interact with. Not Wildmount Skin Render. Terminate's fine. I guess we have a Bloodstained Mire to go along with it. And you do want some just quality removal, and that does count. I have a Growing Lights of Itilamok. We have some pretty... we've seen a lot of powerful green route cards go around. So you could maybe just try and slide into there, but I worry because some have gone around too, it's a little bit harder. I think I'm just going to take the Terminate here. Okay, Marsh Flats, same advantage as Bloodstained Mire. I think it's probably a little bit late to be in the pack here. Still seeing Rituals. Possible Storms open. I'm always, I don't know, I'm wary to try and do Storm, because not only is the deck very hard to play, very easy to screw up, but also it's very easy for the draft to just go wrong. Like what if someone first picked your Tendrils, and you just you don't have a kill condition. And they're like, I found other stuff, I'm not going to Storm, but maybe it's just not in the packs, you know? I think I'm going to take the Marsh Flats here. This is, again, just the fetch lands in general are pretty fantastic, so we pick up some reasonable dual lands to go along with them, they fix your mana really well. Well, it's possible that just not a ton of artifacts have been opened up. Since Mishra's Workshop's pretty good in the artifact deck. But it's also possible that people have just picked like solid mana artifacts, and you don't really need to make a synergy out of that. Kind of tempted by the Fiery Confluence here. Steam Vents is also kind of good. Maybe we should take Steam Vents. I do like Fiery Confluence. Steam Vents is kind of nice. It fixes blue off of Bloodstained Mire, which is nice to know. Fauna Shaman, kind of getting towards the dregs here. I could take Brimaz. I don't know if we're going to be a super heavy creature-based deck, but Brimaz is, like, solid. Don't love Needle Spires. Don't love Maze of Ith. It's probably not bad, though. I feel like this card has just kind of always been a little bit unimpressive to me, but it's probably fine. I think let's take Brimaz here. We're not really in white yet, but we do have a Marsh Flats, and we could get there. Could take Pernicious Deed. Don't really know what this deck's trying to do is kind of our problem. I don't remember exactly what this card does. Okay. Makes your opponent discard cards. It's fine, I guess. Probably not exciting. I think I'm gonna take Fiend Hunter here. It's better than Declaration. Okay, Chandra came back. We also have Exquisite Firecraft, other stuff. Don't think Fatal Push is particularly good. I don't think it hits very many of the things that you care about. I guess Magma Jet here, or we could just do Relic Warden. Sure. You know, maybe we should, maybe Mono Red's a thing. We did see some sort of late cards. There weren't a ton in this pack, or across, but like Sulfuric Vortex is just one of the best Mono Red cards. So maybe we should try and shift. That'd be an interesting change at this point. Unexpectedly Absent, I don't hate. I don't think Leyline's terribly good. I guess it's a sideboard card against Mono Red. I don't think we're going to play green here, though. So, even though Deranged Hermit I think is a better card, I think there's a chance that Leyline gets brought in. I don't think that the Deranged Hermit we basically ever play. So, I'm not in love with our opening. Well, there's some good stuff here, though. Or between Time Walk and Control Magic, I think probably. A couple of Signets, which are solid, but not as good. I think you just gotta take the Power 9 if you open the Power 9, right? We didn't want to play Mono Red anyway. Mono Red's just not that sweet. What do we have here? Stuff is what we have. I don't think Metalworker's making the cut. Take Necropotence. It's not fantastic if you're not going to try and combo off. We could take Supreme Verdict, but it doesn't work well with Brimaz or Fiend Hunter. We could also take just Is It Charm, which I think is solid. Take Pestermite. We didn't see any of the other payoffs, so maybe that's something we can audible into. It's just like a Kiki-Jiki sort of control shell. Yeah, I think Pestermite's worse if we don't get there, but I think we kind of need a little bit of power here, so. Ooh, Ancestral Vision or Scalding Tarn. Do like our mana, but Ancestral Vision is pretty solid. I think that's kind of close. We've been not like super aggressive picking our lands, but we're not doing terribly either. You don't have to play red. I guess a lot of our fetching capacity helps with red, though. I'm not sure which way we'll go. I think we are playing blue, probably. I think our best card's probably Ashiok and Time Walk still. I guess let's take Ancestral. I think that's actually a pretty close pick, though. Yeah, I think we probably could have been Storm. I don't know. I have Inferno Titan, which is a pretty solid finisher. That does commit us even more to red. Also have Compulsive Research, which I don't hate, especially if we're not going to have a crazy high curve. Don't think Rebel Arc does much for us. Don't really like Legion's Landing, things like that. Guess we could take Sphinx's Revelation. We don't have a whole lot of like crazy ramp though. I'm sad that the Metalworker hasn't worked out better than it has. Sphinx's Revelation, you gotta get up to like 6 mana before this is okay. Is it better than Compulsive? Is it that much better than Compulsive? Maybe not. Okay, some big red stuff. I have Delver here. We actually... We do have some stuff for Delver. I don't think it's absurd. I think we're going to take the Gruul Signet, though. I think I do just want some more mana acceleration. Hayrack Walker's fine. Augur's probably fine. I do like Rakdos Return a lot if you can get the ramp cards, but we just don't have that many, so... Don't think it's the Ravages of War deck, although I do think that's a lot of fun when that comes together, too. Could play Inquisition... Could play Nahiri. I think those are realistically our only options. Nahiri's probably better. Getting rid of enchantments, artifacts, and creatures, like that's a pretty good catch-all. And then the +2 to discard a card, draw a card's pretty solid. Yeah, let's take Nahiri. I think she's pretty good. Pretty cheap, it's 4 too, which is nice. Duretti is really cool if you do have artifacts. He's not bad otherwise. But he is most exciting when you have some solid artifacts. Take Council's Judgment here. Is that better than Ultimate Price? Yeah. This is, again, just such a good catch-all card. Yeah, I think it's better than Duretti, given our current deck, too. Okay, Misty Rainforest is kind of nice. I guess it searches for Steam Vents right now. Also have the Forge Master, which, yeah, we just don't have the artifacts to back it up. Yeah, Krakus is not bad either, but I think helping out our mana as much as we can is good. Blood Crypt I don't hate. That lets us find... Bloodstained Mire, I guess, finds both, and off Marsh Flats finds red. So that's good. To play Land Tax. You can play that and just kind of like... The problem is it's a bad tempo card, and it's a powerful like value card, because you can kind of neuter your lands a lot of the time, and get to be a lot larger, but... I guess we'll take it over. Well, I'll take Necropotence. I don't know. I don't think either of those are going to make our cut. Don't like Wingmare. I guess Commit to Memories. Playable, if not exciting. I guess we'll take Copperline Gorge on the off chance we do end up shifting to green. I don't think any of those other cards are great. I don't like Boros Charm. Don't like Fire Blast. It's a crying shame that Crater Hoof Behemoth is still in the pack. That is just a true tragedy. Alright. Don't think Banisher Priest is likely to make the deck, but it might. Ooh, okay. That's pretty solid. Mox Emerald's great. There's also a Mana Drain in the pack. Also an Ancient Tomb. Man. This is actually... And Kiki Jiki. Ooh. This pack's really good. I think that the Moxen's still just gotta be correct, though. We don't have to necessarily play the combo to win, although we will just be super... Well, I guess actually we'll probably get either Kiki Jiki or Zealous Conscripts. Oh, man. I think it's just gotta be the Moxen, though. Man. This pack's got kind of everything we want. Alright. We have stuff. Oop. Sorry about that. We have stuff here. Play Dak Faden, which is solid. Again, I still like... We have a lot of card filtering. Don't have a ton of like direct card draw, but card filtering does do not a terrible impression. Like Gifts Ungiven. Don't think Search is absurd, although it's probably fine. Gifts Ungiven's pretty good if we end up with like Arboreal Rites, but I guess we need like a fatty then too. I think Dak Faden's probably the best card for us here. Ooh, Consecrated Sphinx is great. Anything else? I would play Scrubland. I don't think anything else is super exciting. Consecrated Sphinx is pretty great though. Provides a lot of value. Phyrexian Metamorph, I like. Dismember, I like. Don't think I'm in love with Confident. I'm not sure we'll win fast enough for Dark Confident to be great for us. Don't like Thalia. Don't like Thing in the Ice. I think Metamorph's probably better than Dismember. Don't have a ton of removal, but we do have some. And Metamorph's pretty good. Okay, ooh. Kind of tough pick here. I would play Urborg. I like Creeping Tar Pit. I like Jace. I like Counterspell. We gotta take Jace here. We actually have a couple of things that... Well, I guess we only have the one. I was thinking we picked up another sort of loot effect. Oh, I guess Nihiri is loot. I guess we have two. And a Chandra too. Okay. That all helps Jace flip. We have a couple of cracked lands, which helps as well. Dreadbore, which is fine, but not absurd. Don't think Show and Tell is what we want to be doing. Likewise with Yawgmoth's Bargain. Other stuff. Take Dreadbore. This is another solid removal spell. And we do need a couple more. Imperial Recruiters, I guess, is not bad if we end up getting Kiki-Jiki back. We can go and grab Pestermite. Lava Crawler Reaches is not a real high pick dual land, but it's fine. I think we'll take the Recruiter here. Let's dream big. Don't know. Nothing here is real exciting. I guess Duplicant is fine. Sun Titan I do like. What are your permanents? What am I bringing back? Rule Signet, Mox Emerald. A couple of decent... I guess it gets back Ashiok and Faden. Also have Lingering Souls, which is just kind of solid. I guess these are all kind of okay. I think I might... let's take Sun Titan. Maybe I overvalue Sun Titan, but the value is so good if your opponent can't answer it, right? Alright, so... I don't think the deck is just, like, overwhelmingly good, but it's not bad. We did get Kiki-Jiki back, so I think we just gotta pick him up. It does, like I said, give us an out for Pestermite. Imperial Recruiter goes and grabs both. It's a little bit of a shame that Zealous Conscripts was also in the pack, but Zealous is pretty good. But Kiki-Jiki's nice. It's another way we can potentially just win the game. Don't have a ton of card draw, so that may not come together all that often. Imperial Recruiter's nice that it gets either half, though. Alright, so what are we cutting here? I think I like all of our 1s and 2s. Not sure we want Bramaz, I'm just not sure that's the way we win. Want Gurmag Angler, not if we're gonna play Tasigur. I'm not even sure we're playing Tasigur. Probably are. Raging Ravine doesn't do anything for us. Koth is bad. I guess I'll take the Angler. I don't think it's ever gonna make the cut. Kolaghan's Command is fine. Does blow up artifacts. Yeah, this is maybe not bad. Again, kind of a catch-all card. Could do Grim Tutor, I guess. Again, that works with our other effects. Stubble Black, which is a little bit scary. I think we're gonna try and go light on black. Maybe we should have. I don't know. Not sure this is gonna make the cut anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of artifacts running around. It's usually a 2-for-1, or I guess kind of a guaranteed 2-for-1. Lightning Helix over Elspeth here. Yeah, probably. I think that Elspeth is one of the weaker planeswalkers. Okay, Urborg's nice. Fixes our opponent's lands too, probably, but that's okay. Alright. Well, decent. I think that's the way we describe this deck. Very decent. Guess Copperline Gorge isn't making it. We have some decent mana. I don't think anything in our sideboard we're missing out on. I guess Magma Jet might be a sideboard card. I don't think this answers a lot of the threats that matter, though. I guess the same's kind of true of Lightning Helix. Maybe that's a sideboard card as well. I like these ones because they do just answer anything. Council's Judgment's solid. Do we want Banisher Priest and Fiend Hunter? Maybe not. Again, some decks are just pretty bad too. Group our creatures out. I want Burmaz. He's kind of... I don't know, he's powerful. He just also isn't super synergistic with what the deck's doing. I kind of am tempted to just try and cut like all of our white. We actually don't have tons of fixing that helps us for white. What's the deck look like if we do that? Does it just get really awkward? Like splash for Nahiri? Yeah, like I don't really know what we'd bring in then is the problem. I think our red is too good to cut. I guess we could go light on black. Is Tasigur good? I think Tasigur is. We have some good ways to get stuff into the graveyard. I'm worried our mana is going to be a little bit greedy, but what can you do, right? We're playing Vintage Cube. It should be a little bit greedy. It's just the way it works. So I guess, what are our last couple of cuts? We could count Mox Emerald as a land, but I think with the amount of filtering we have, I'm okay playing this and 17, because I want to make sure we can find all of our colors. I guess Kolaghan's command, the vast majority of the time, is going to be destroy an artifact and discard a card. If they don't have any artifacts, that's pretty bad. There are a lot running around the cube, though. I think I'm going to get rid of Burmaz. I think there's just not that many ways that's all that great. Alright, and maybe Banisher Priest. Maybe I'll just have those as good sideboard options. Okay, let me figure out my land real fast here. So, after playing around with our mana for a little bit, I have decided our mana is really, really bad. The problem is I just can't... We went a little bit too hard in the 4-color direction, I guess. I can't really see what we can cut. We just don't have enough, like, even really very reasonable playables. Like, the one I'm most tempted to do is try and cut white, but then we're bringing in things like Stormbreath Dragon in red, and Gurmag Angler in black, and it just feels really low power. So I think we're gonna have to deal with our just pretty bad mana base, and just kind of hope our loot effects are good enough. Yeah, I don't like this much at all, though, unfortunately. Magic Online's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. 3-3-3-3. Okay, so we like 1-4-1-1, I think. Or 5-4-1-1. We have the best fetch potential in red, and we do have Urborg in black. I think this makes the most sense, but... yeah. I think we have to get pretty lucky with our draws to make our lands work out over these matches. So punished a little bit, went a little bit too cube happy, but we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys for match 1.